Just wanted to talk about some stuff, mainly about you can already see in the title of the video that I said that the reason why I stopped believing in like religion is a lot of reasons on why, mainly due to the point and fact that throughout generations, it seems that people change the lecture and the scripture of things throughout time. And I just don't really believe in them anymore after so many looking into it, because like I was born as a Christian, and as someone who's been fed and bred to this type of stuff since a youngin, it was kind of difficult for me to kind of escape. So it was like I kind of just like broke out of it, like I don't know how many years ago, because like it has been like I don't know, it's just like throughout the years, it's like you believe, you don't believe. It's like what part do you believe? And it's like it's very difficult because the only part of it that I do believe is that I knew that Jesus existed, and everyone and everything else just I just don't I take it with a grain of salt, because, the idea of God or some sort of entity, some sort of celestial being out there, I don't know if I could really comprehend to believe that much, because it's just, what about the other planets on this existence? Do they have a god? Is it the same type of god? And how come there's different religion where it's like they have a different type of god? So it's like kind of already complicated. How do you connect all this to one god? And I came to this conclusion that, it's limbo that they all speak about on, like the same thing as Cthulhu or some shit, you know what I mean? Where it's like it's like this different type of gods, but they're all specifically speaking about the one all God that's out there. And I call it limbo. The infinite sea that pretty much created us, that one specific cell that completed us in a way, if that made sense. So it's like kind of difficult on to like really comprehend on what I'm trying to say, because it's like I did go to a lot of like learning and understanding on how things go and work, but it's like it's almost no point to it, because the more you know, the less happy you'll be, because it's like really no point to it. So it's like at the end of the day, I don't really think it's the best thing to really practice, like religion and all that. I feel like the best thing you can just do is just be a human being and try to like connect with people. But it's like some other people don't even have a single part of like religion in them or morality. So it's like, where do you really draw the line? And then it's like a lot of other people, they don't know where to be, because it's like nobody ever tells them anything when they're a kid, and then when they grow up they become like this person, and it's kind of already too late, because since they already fully manifested and evoluted to that feeling and thought and the way they move, then it's like already locked in for them and they can't really change it, because it's like a program that kind of built up from when they were a kid all the way till when they became older. So it's like things are very like difficult, especially when you try to have a religion, especially with social media. Whenever you're around looking at stuff, and then you try to coexist religion with this, and then try to find a belief to, try to understand it in a way. But it's like very difficult, because it's a lot of he said, she said type of bullshit. So it's like, who do you really believe at the end of the day? Even Christians themselves lie. Nobody's perfect. So it's like, really, nobody's really in the right here. It's like everyone is in the wrong. Nobody's a hero. Everybody's a monster. And I say this because even I'm a monster, and I try to be the best I can ever be. and it's just not possible, mainly due to the fact because we're all savages at the end of the day. We're all man apes. We're all Homo sapiens. So like this is who we are. Like some people get the idea that we were made by God. Maybe this is how we were made, you know, from the water to earth. But some people say no, it's not like that. They're just put down here from the skies, I guess. But then that would be us as devils because then, that's how devils came. So, we will be that. So at the end of the day, it's like a lot of twisting and turning. So I don't really believe it anymore. And it's kind of like the only thing I do really believe is that there was a guy named Jesus. He died on the cross, and that's about it. That's the only thing I really believe in. The rest of it is kind of like complicated, although some of it is actually in history. If you go to Iran and where the Muslims are, um Israel and Iran, if you go over there, they have history where Abraham, Moses, and all those other people from the Bible actually existed. So even Jesus existed as well. So there's that part of the history that actually existed. Even in the Roman Empire, Jesus existed. They talked about him. So it's like there's that part of history that I believe, but it's like then there's the other part with the religion. It's like so complicated. So it's like I'm very scientific, but when it comes to that moral, emotional beliefs and all that, it's very complicated because it's self-belief, and then some other guy believes on that other self-belief, and then now it becomes his self-belief, and then it's gonna continue on like cancer or some sort of virus. So it can be the same thing, like imagine in our society if murder was allowed and okay, then murder will be allowed and okay. Yeah, like nobody will be talking about it, right? So now I'm back here talking about stuff, and there will always be something to talk about, and that's why it's like beliefs and all this, and it's like sometimes I just take a grain of salt, and I don't really trust what anyone tells me. So it's like I'm a huge skeptic. Like I don't believe whatever anyone tells me. I am my own man, and it's okay if you guys don't trust me because I'm just the truth, and I'm tired of all these lies, and they just get me sick because it's like I don't know what to believe on, what to trust, and it's like I even did a whole video on the British Inquiry, and that's a whole nother thing with religion too, with Muslims and Christians, which is like beef with Israel, which is Jewish, which is also like another Christian thing, Judaism and all that. It's like, god damn, like that, the British Inquiry really fucked me up. But other than that, it's like, this is all I really have to say, other than, I don't really trust it anymore, and then I just can't trust it anymore. So it's like I kind of just moved on, and it's kind of hard though, cause like cause imagine you're just like this guy as a kid who's like been born to it, and then he wants to try to like understand it, but once you understand it now, it's like you can't revert it, although you can, but it's like a motivational thing, and it's like I need a way to enable my stupidity back. You know what I mean? Like I want to bring my stupidity back because every time I think about something, when I do something stupid, it's like the knowledge of me knowing why I'm doing this is why I don't want to do it anymore. And that's why I gotta just stop doing that type of shit. Cause it's because I think about it twice and then I don't do it. Cause I gotta think about it once and do it. Like on some Michael Jackson shit, don't think twice. Don't think twice, But yeah, that's about it for this video. I just wanted to talk about how, I stopped trusting on religion, and I'm just starting to like kind of push forward on my point of view. So yeah, until next time, y'all stay safe. Peace out, love, and doodles.